All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Slippery Rock University. This session is about transforming your experience and ways to get involved at SRU. My name is Lauren Moran, and I am the Director of Student Engagement and Leadership. It's an office on campus. We are located in the Smith Student Center in the suite. So if you go to the second floor of the Student Center, you get to the top of the stairs and you make a right, all the way down the hall, we've got a space called the Suite. It's a really cool space, very student friendly, where a number of offices are located in there. So our office, Student Engagement and Leadership, as well as the Office for Inclusive Excellence, Student Affairs Office, and Cooperative Activities. Also includes a number of our student involvement offices. So you're going to learn a little bit more about each of those areas as well. And there's also a Pride Center, a Women's Center, and a Veterans Center located in the suite. So today I have a number of student leaders with me who are going to introduce themselves and share with you about the number of ways at SRU to get involved and transform your experience. So I'll turn it over to Lauren.
Hi everyone, my name's Lauren. I'm a junior exercise science major, 3+3 pre-physical therapy. And I'm involved in the Emerging Leadership Experience program. I'm actually the specialist this year, and I'm a CA in Building A. I'm in the Honors College, Phi Sigma Pi Honor Fraternity, and I'm a lab and research assistant in the Exercise Science Department.
And then, hello everyone, my name is Julie Thomas. I'm going to be a senior this fall, and my major is middle level math education. I am currently the Panhellenic Council President here at SRU, so I'm also a member of one of the 6 Panhellenic sororities on our campus. I'm a member of the Honors College, Kappa Delta Pi, which is an education honor society, Order of Omega, which is a honor society for students involved in Greek life, and I was also a previous ELE peer mentor.
Hi guys, my name is Gia Iozzi. I'm a junior psychology major in the 3+3 pre-counseling program with a gender studies minor, and I'm a second year peer mentor for ELE. I'm also in the Honors College, part of the Honors College Diversity Council, and I'm in Gender Studies Club.
Hi guys, my name's Jamie DiCarlo. I'm going to be a sophomore this year. This is my first year being a peer mentor for ELE. I'm also on the lacrosse team, and I am a early childhood and special education major.
Hey guys, my name is Josh Peters. I am a sophomore digital media production major. I am the University Program Board's Director of University Events, as well as a member of WSRU TV, and that's about it.
Hi guys, my name is Joey Sudo, and I am a junior social work and communications major here at Slippery Rock. I am your student government president for the 2020-2021 school year. In addition to student government, I'm also involved in the Kappa Sigma Fraternity, Phi Alpha Social Work Honor Society, and the student organizations for Latinos, Hispanics, and allies.
All right. So on today's call, we are going to be sharing a number of ways to get involved on campus. There are literally hundreds, and so we're going to talk about a few of them that are in our office. So again, the Office for Student Engagement and Leadership, we like to say, is the premier opportunity to get connected with the various involvement opportunities that they're out there. So within our office, we oversee over 200 plus student organizations, many of which who are going to be functioning in several forms this semester, both virtually and in person. And so we would encourage you to look into the various groups. We oversee fraternity and sorority life, the Emerging Leadership Experience, the Student Government Association, and the University Program Board. And so during today's session, we are going to, each of the student leaders are going to share a little bit more about each one of those areas. So how can you get involved? There is no one way to do it, but we're going to go through a couple of the different ways here today.
So first up, we're going to talk about general student organizations. So there are over 200 organizations on our campus, and CORE is the hub for all of these organizations, which we will go into a little bit later. So you can use CORE to search for organizations that you're interested in by name, branch, or category. And everything under organizations is alphabetical, so it makes it easier to find what you're looking for. And you can click on each organization to learn more about them. You can find their officer information, any photos they have, and contact information. So it's a great source to have to find what you're looking for. And every fall and spring, the university hosts an involvement fair. And this is where students can learn more about all the organizations that we do have on campus. There are different representatives for each one that will kind of talk to you and give you more information about each organization. And some of the clubs that we do have on campus require dues, while others do not. So most people tend to join the clubs that are most related to their major or things that they're interested in. But we definitely encourage you to step outside of your comfort zone and maybe try a new club or organization that you maybe originally would not think of trying, because it'll provide you with a very unique experience, and we definitely recommend that. So a lot of people ask about our club sports and the Marching Pride at Slippery Rock, which we don't know how those are going to look this fall since everything is different. But the club sports that we do have the opportunity to compete against other universities, which is pretty cool. It's just like being an NCAA athlete, just with less demand on your schedule. So you can find a variety of different sports with those. But if you can't find a club or organization that you're interested in joining, you can even think of your own and make a new one. And the Office of Student Engagement and Leadership will open up an application in CORE, and all you need is an idea for your club, a constitution, a faculty staff advisor, and at least 10 members to join.
Okay, so next up is Fraternity and Sorority Life, which is often shorthanded FSL. FSL provides opportunities for personal and professional development, civic engagement, and academic enhancement. They offer a diverse number of programs and opportunities, both on the campus and at the national level. So Fraternity and Sorority Life at SRU is divided into the Panhellenic Council, the Interfraternity Council, and the National Panhellenic Council. So the Panhellenic Council is where I land, and we govern the 6 Panhellenic sororities on our campus. Its 4 pillars are sisterhood, service, scholarship, and leadership. And then the Interfraternity Council is kind of the counterpart of the Panhellenic Council, and they govern the 6 fraternities on our campus, and their 4 pillars are brotherhood, service, scholarship, and leadership. Each sorority and fraternity has their own philanthropy, whether it be national or local or both, and then they work to raise money for that philanthropy. The third facet of FSL at SRU is the National Panhellenic Council, which is a collaborative organization of historically Black fraternities and sororities, sometimes known as the Divine Nine, and then we have 4 of those on our campus. Some events that members of the fraternity and sorority community participate in here at SRU include Epic Bingo, Polish the Rock, Greek Week, Paint the Town, the Homecoming Parade, SRU Up Till 2, and so many more. Each chapter also plans and executes their own events as well. If you're interested in joining Fraternity and Sorority Life, I suggest that you check them out on CORE, and then you follow the social medias listed on the screen. You can also follow each individual chapter on social media, which I think is also beneficial to see what everybody's up to. And then you can fill out the fraternity and sorority interest form on CORE, and then that'll get you on a list with no commitment to just receive information from myself or the IFC president as well. Just a note, to join Greek Life, you must have completed at least 12 credits post high school graduation at a college or institution, and you also have to have a minimum GPA of a 2.5. So if you're interested and you're a freshman, you can join as soon as your second semester at SRU, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions. You can email the leadership email as well. So some future events to look out for hosted by FSL. The first one, we're going to be having a virtual Epic Bingo this year on August 21st at 9 p.m. And then the FSL Spirit Week is August 24th through the 28th.
All right, emerging leadership experience, or ELE. We have all been talking about whether or not we were peer mentors or we have been a part of the ELE experience. So ELE is a semester-long program for first-year students, whether or not you're a freshman or a transfer student. The program is based on leadership competencies that you will develop to utilize in all aspects of your life. These leadership competencies are learned through interactive activities so that you can engage with your peers. Being involved in ELE can help ease your transition into college, build relationships, and so much more. Students are put into different cohorts and are assigned mentors. When I had ELE, I had 2 mentors and I was in the athletes cohort, but I can emphasize on that a little bit later. The cohorts for the fall will be held virtually once every 2 weeks, and 1 week where there's not a cohort, you will attend a one-on-one with your mentor. These one-on-ones will allow the first-year students to build a relationship with an upperclassman who has completed the ELE program, and this allows for an open discussion for both cohort topics and anything going on in your life. I was, like I had said before, was in the athletes cohort, and I had such a good experience. I always had a great group of friends I could talk to and hang out with. I had 2 peer mentors and they were so awesome. It was so nice to be able to hang out with them and be able to talk about like what was going on in classes or what was going on in like different like sporting events, which made coming to Slippery Rock was a lot easier. I definitely would recommend going to ELE and signing up for it for all freshmen. So I think all freshmen should definitely sign up for ELE. I'm going to pass it along to Gia to finish talking about ELE and how everybody can sign up.
Okay, so continuing on with some ELE information, there are short reflections that will be completed after each cohort to recap each leadership competency that you're learning. And this reflection really allows you to apply the leadership skills you've gained from cohorts to situations faced in daily life. Personally, it was really interesting to me to see how often I actually use these competencies, or how often I was in situations where using one or some of these competencies would have helped me a lot more. This program really sets you up for success later in life. With leadership experience, you can hold e-board positions in your other clubs and organizations. You can apply to be a peer mentor for the ELE program, which I just have to say is a super fun job. And you'll simply become a more well-rounded individual after completing the program. It's not just a resume builder, but it's something to talk about in your job interviews. For example, when I completed my mock interview at the Career Center on campus, the person helping me was super impressed with some of the competencies I listed, such as communication or responding to change and ambiguity. She just said it was really refreshing to hear some of those instead of some of the things that they hear all the time over and over from everyone there. So the application for ELE is now on CORE, and it can be found under Forms on the Emerging Leadership Experience page. Now, CORE says it's an application, but it's truly just a form with your information, so don't worry because everyone's accepted into the program. And like Jamie said, I just think it's a great thing for all first-year students to apply for because it really eased my transition into college, and that mentor-mentee relationship really helped me a lot. I still actually talk to some of my mentors when I see them around campus, and it's really nice to catch up and know that you have someone there for you if you ever need to talk.
So, hi guys. UPB is an organization that strives to provide creative, educational, cultural, and exciting events for the SRU community. There's 5 major committees to consider joining: concerts, speakers, special/travel trips, university events, and the media committee. Committee members get volunteer event planning and backstage experiences that the regular student body doesn't always get to have. We sometimes get to take pictures with our guests and help set up the staging and whatnot. We host many events on campus, such as our Welcome Back event for whenever students return to campus in the fall, or the Mile Glow Run, which is a mile run around campus, and then a DJ party after. We offer trips to Penguins and Pirates games, events at the Benham Center, and much more. We also bring in well-known artists such as Roddy Ricch and Brett Young for concerts. And for speakers, we've brought in Angela Kinsey from The Office, Josh Peck from Drake and Josh, Alex Morgan, and more. We also have a media committee that allows students to learn how to utilize skills in Adobe software and learn how to manage our social media accounts, which is all done by students. With COVID coming up this semester, the organization may look a little bit different, but we're still excited to host fun and interactive virtual events. UPB means a lot to me because it helped me grow out of the kind of slacker high school mentality that I had, where I kind of like coasted my way through, and actually gave me something I wanted to put my effort towards in college, which is really helped me become a more organized person. I kept the schedule for the first time in my life, and it really helped me just grow as a person. If any of this sounds exciting to you, please feel free to reach out to our Twitter or Instagram and check us out. And if not, we hope to see you at some of our events.
Hi, everybody. Once again, my name is Joey Sudo, and I am the president for the SRSGA. So good news, if you pay the student activity fee, you are in fact a member of the Student Government Association. Now, whether or not you choose to run and to represent the student body is up to you. But SRSGA's purpose on campus is just to make sure that everybody has the best experience possible at Slippery Rock. We show this in a variety of ways, so we often provide services that you'll see a lot, including the Happy Bus, the bookstore, the movie series, as well as the new charging stations. In addition to providing services, we also do a variety of policy and behind the scenes work. Through SRSGA, there are 6 committees that you could be a part of. So I'll run through those real quick. So we have our Student and Academic Affairs Committee, which is headed by our VP of Student and Academic Affairs. They deal with a lot of stuff inside the classroom as well as general campus safety. We also have our committee for campus outreach, which deals with our social media page, as well as just reaching out to students in general. In addition to that, we also have our internal committees, which deals with the inner workings of the SRSGA. They're in charge of the election process, recruiting new senators, as well as internal bonding. We also have our Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion, which deals with social justice issues during her committee times. You'll see them a lot this year, especially with everything going on in our world. They want to make sure that everybody has the best possible experience on campus, no matter how they identify themselves. And then we also have our parliamentarian who runs our Rules and Policies committees. As Lauren mentioned earlier, if you see a club that you maybe don't see yet and you might want to start, this committee is super important because they'll help you get started on your constitution and hopefully eventually work you up towards being able to have a budget. And with that being said, the last committee is our Finance Committee. Finance Committee deals with our budgeting process, which is arguably one of the biggest things that student government is known for. As mentioned earlier, the student activity fee is allocated by the Student Government Senate. And we also are in charge of making sure that clubs and organizations have the funds that they need to put on events or to just function. So if you're interested in any of those, I encourage you to apply to be a senator. The election process will be coming out very soon on our social media page with a timeline, but you can look on CORE for the application if you are interested. And if you have any questions or need anything SGA related or just general Slippery Rock questions in general, please feel free to reach out. My email is jds1034@sru.edu, or you can find it on CORE. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you to all of our student leaders for taking the time and being here to share a little bit about the various ways to get involved. So I'm sure you've heard every single person on this call has mentioned CORE. So what the heck is that? CORE is basically our online community for student organizations and for involvement. And it's the place where you really should go to start to learn how to get involved on campus. So when you go to sru.edu/core, The first thing we want you to encourage you to do is to log in. So when you get to the page, it'll say sign in, click on that, and then you can log in using your SRU username and passwords. So there are hundreds of things to explore in CORE, but I want to highlight 2 specific today. When you get to CORE for the first time, you're going to see all of the organizations that you're currently involved in. So you can see we're looking at Lauren's CORE page, and she is involved in a lot. And so as you scroll down, you have quick access to get to all those organizations. You can click on that organization, it'll take you right to the homepage of that group. Then it has all the various events on campus. Ironically, this week, all that's coming up is our various trainings for in-person events with COVID. But as you can see, that last event there is one of our events talking for the week of welcome. So if you're viewing this, the week of welcome is probably over. But if not, we want to encourage you to attend a number of events that are happening during WOW. If you keep scrolling down, you'll see various news from different areas of campus and kind of all the different things that are happening. So the 2 things I really want to highlight, the first is our organization search. So if you click on organizations at the top, it will take you to all of the different organizations on campus. So there's a couple different ways to search. Obviously, you can type in, if you know what you're looking for, type in the search bar and it will pull up organizations that you're looking for. A couple other ways to search would be through what we call branches. So if you click on that and you know that you want to look for a fraternity or sorority, you could click on that and that will bring up all of our fraternities and sororities on campus. And you can quickly scroll through our Greek organizations, click on those and learn a little bit more. The other thing that you can do under the branches is residence life. So if you're looking for your specific residence hall or student organization, so that's all of our other student organizations on campus, or again, different university departments and programs. So that's one way to search. The next way to search is by category. So say you're interested in a club sport, but you're really not sure which one. If you actually click on club sports, so we've changed this actually, Lauren, since the last time we did this presentation. So click on club sports, we added that as a category. You click on that and all of our club sports teams are actually going to pop up. So you can scroll down, you can see the various ones that we have on campus. So let's go ahead and click on our esports club. So our esports club is one of our newest club sports. They do compete against other organizations on campus or across the country. But if you click on an organization, you can quickly get to their social media. You can click on those icons. You can see some videos and photos of what's happening with that group. If you scroll down, you'd see any events that group is hosting that are upcoming. And then you can get to their officers. So if you wanted to reach out to the president, you can click on that person's name and it'll bring up their email and you can email the president of that organization. The other thing you can do if you scroll up, and you can see documents and news from the organization, is you can go ahead and click join and that organization will automatically get sent an email that you're interested in joining their organization. Or if you're still not sure if you're ready to join that group, you can click contact and you can ask any questions about that organization that you might be interested in. So you can do this with any of our 200+ organizations, as well as the residence halls and university departments on campus. The second thing I want to highlight is our events tab. So if you click on that, you'll be able to see all the upcoming events that are happening on campus. So when you get there, again, you could search if there's something specific that you're looking for or a specific event you're looking for, or you could just scroll down and look for the different events that you're interested in. Again, there's different ways to search. So if you clicked on branches and you know that you're looking for, again, a Greek event, you could click on Fraternity and Sorority Life and that would bring up all the events that are being hosted by Fraternity and Sorority Life on campus. If you clicked on theme, that would bring up some different larger themes, like if it's something that would be a social event. Right now we only have social events and learning events, but there's a whole bunch of different themes that you could click on. It will bring up those organizations. And the last is category. So again, if you clicked on a type of event that you're looking for, let's say in one of your classes, your professor says that you need to attend a cultural event. Well, if there was a cultural event happening, that would be one of the categories there. You could click on it and you could see the cultural events that we have upcoming on campus. So right now that's the events that are in here are the categories that you see, but there's many other categories that are out there. The last thing you can do, and probably the most exciting, is to sort by what we call perks. So you could actually come in here and click on free stuff and it will pull up every organization or every event that's upcoming that is giving away free stuff. There's also a perk called free food, although we probably won't see much of that this semester with COVID and new campus regulations, but on a typical semester, you'd see free food and you could literally go to every event on campus that's giving away free food. And I would bet you almost every day there's probably one. So those are some things that you can do to explore the number of things that we've got happening on campus. If you clicked on an event, so if you did click on, let's click on the Emerging Leadership Experience and highlight that event. So there's an info session coming up for the Emerging Leadership Experience. You clicked on it, it would give you details about what's happening for that event, and eventually the Zoom link would be there because it's a virtual event. You could quickly click on that and it'll take you to the Zoom link. So all of the events have more details for each one. So those are some things we wanted to highlight in core. Again, you go to sru.edu/core and that will take you there. And that is how you explore the hundreds of ways to be involved on campus. So the last thing we want to do, of course, is stress to follow us on social media. So you can see all the handles for all the groups that talked today. So SRU_leadership is the Office for Student Engagement and Leadership. SRU_Greeks is our fraternity and sorority life. ELE_SRU is the Emerging Leadership Experience. SRUPB is the University Program Board, and then SRSGA is the Student Government Association. These are 5 must-follow accounts to learn everything about what's happening on campus. So I would encourage you to follow all of those. And then we're going to also encourage you to download the Quark app. So Core actually has an app called Quark, C-O-R-Q. If you go to Google Play or the Apple Store and put in C-O-R-Q, you're going to see an app called Quark. Download that, log in with your Slippery Rock username and password, and you'll be able to explore all the organizations, all the upcoming events. Your personal event pass is going to be in there, which is what you would use to check in at various events on campus, and just a number of other resources. So go ahead and download that app, scan the QR code, go download the Quark app and log in. And the last thing we're going to do in this session, and hopefully you've stuck around, you're still with us, but this is where you can go for questions. So leadership@sru.edu. Questions about various ways to get involved, and we hope you enjoyed this, but we wanted to thank you again for being with us on today's session. Please go ahead and email us with any questions, and we hope that you will get involved during your time at the Rock. So bye everybody.